the FanFic Critic. I read it, you listen. Who here's familiar with Popeye? I'm sure most of you are. And, well, we can all assume that today I'm going to be taking a look at a Popeye fanfiction, which will be my first one. Woohoo! Go me! Alright, the fanfic is called Wimpy's Diet by Pike Fan? I'll just call them Pike Fan. It's rated T, it's in English, it's humor supernatural, and it has 6 reviews. And it's also 2 chapters long. Joy. Oh well, could be worse, could be 10. So let's not waste any time and let's review this fanfic. Wimpy's Diet. A/N, my first Popeye the Sailor story, and yeah, they're mostly out of character, so don't remind me, enjoy. Plus the italics when Popeye talks is when he talked to himself. Okay, you spelled italics wrong, but that's just the author's note, so I'll skip it for now. Chapter 1. Wimpy's Heart Attack. One typical morning, the fat old freeloader, Wimpy, went out for some breakfast in the most famous restaurant in Mock Dock City. Hello there, valiant customer. Welcome to Olive's Shitty Restaurant, where you eat, pay, and get out of here. Now, what would you like there? Olive asked. Why, I would like a hamburger, please, Wimpy ordered. Would you really want a hamburger for breakfast? Well, who am I to judge? That'll be $2, sir, Olive said, which I would gladly pay you Tuesday. Wimpy promised. Well, darn my socks, my luck rocks, because today is Tuesday. Olive danced. Next Tuesday. No way, man. You have to pay to eat something from me. Moments later, another customer came in. Why, hello there, Popeye. Welcome to Olive's Shitty Restaurant, she greeted. Olive, I wish you can change the name of this restaurant. I wish you can change the name? How about, Olive, I wish you would change the name. Makes a lot more sense than can. I'll have the usual, Popeye ordered. Will it be from the plate or straight from the can? Olive asked. What kind of stupid question is that? The can, Popeye answered. So I guess his thoughts are supposed to be inside of this little dialogue here. I think it would make more sense if you just had his thoughts be like in its own separate line, and then have the next line be him saying the can. Because having it inside the quotations like that makes it a little confusing. I mean, I know that the author explained that the italicized words are supposed to be his thoughts, but most people, when they have their thoughts in a story, it's not in quotation marks with actual spoken dialogue. Let's continue. I think they're missing something in the word ma'am. They're missing the apostrophe. You know how with the word ma'am, it's spelled like that? Well, here they do not have the apostrophe, so it just says ma'am, like that. Like, yeah. You see, stuff like this should be common sense. I mean, you've seen, like, words like ma'am written in stories and stuff before. I mean, everyone knows that it has, like, an apostrophe in there. This is why you proofread your work. This really is. Let's continue. Ma'am, I require a hamburger, Wimpy yelled. Wimpy, is that you? Long time no see, Popeye yelled. Why are they yelling? And if they really are yelling, where's the exclamation marks or the capital letters or anything? You know him? Olive asked. One hamburger in my tab, Popeye said. Make sure you pay her on Tuesday, Wimpy pointed out. Sure, whatever. Fat cheapskate. I think they spelled cheapskate wrong. I think they're missing the A in it. Whatever, Popeye added. So Popeye paid for the hamburger. Say, Popeye, why did you pay for the man's sandwich? Olive asked, giving Popeye the can. Because, Olive, I owe Wimpy for getting through high school and college. I have to pay for every hamburger he eats, Popeye explained. How's that going? I wish I would be kissing Poppy now. Maybe you should have done less fighting and more studying. Here's your hamburger, Wimpy. Don't be blaming me for the crap Bluto's done. I should be blaming you for your attendance of your fights. In other words, you want to fight. While Popeye and Olive were arguing, Wimpy started to twitch without noticing until he asked, "Holy crud, something is wrong with my heart," Wimpy cried. "Shut up, Wimpy. You're..." Okay, it should be Y-O-U'-R-E, not Y-O-U-R. "You're only having a heart attack." Now, where were we, Popeye asked. I think I would have a better reaction to someone having a heart attack than saying, "Oh, you're just having a heart attack." Hello, heart attacks are serious. Heart attacks can kill people. "Are you stupid, Popeye? The man needs medical care," Olive yelled. Well, at least Olive gives a crap here. "You're just saying that to get out of your losing argument," Popeye started. "I need assistance," Wimpy said weakly and then fainted. "Popeye, get your car running," Olive yelled. "All right, fine. You better be lucky that gas prices are dropping." Why does it say you better be lucky? It should say you are lucky that gas prices are dropping. Why is better be in there? Popeye complained. Sometime later, Wimpy woke up, finding out he's high above the clouds. "Hello, Wimpy. I've been expecting you," someone in a deep voice said. I said that a little too high-pitched. But then again, I'm not doing voice acting, so who cares? Are you God? Are we in heaven?" Wimpy asked. Well, apparently he didn't ask because there's no question mark at the end of heaven. In fact, there's no punctuation at all, not even a comma. "God? Heaven? Of course not. Of course not. It's me. It's a Mario. And we're on an airplane wing heading for Las Vegas. Yahoo!" What? "What kind of hamburger that lady gave me for this dream? You're not dreaming. You're not dead either." Okay, the first time they used "your," they used the right version of "your," which is Y-O-U'-R-E, but the second time they used it for "you're not dead either," they used Y-O-U-R, which is possessive. Jesus Christ. Use the other "your." Y-O-U'-R-E. Not that hard to do. But this is one of those vision things you're having now. Probably should tell you something important. Well, what is it? Well, you really are alive, but you are asleep. I, on the other hand, am awake and telling you something. Anyway, you got lucky this time, but the next time you have another heart attack, you won't be lucky next time. So what I have to do? So what I have to do? Shouldn't it say, so what do I have to do? A simple weight loss solution should work. Or no, wait. They didn't say weight loss. They said weight lost. It should be loss. Not lost. Loss. About 3 or 4 tons should do just fine. Okay, first of all, use the words 3 and 4, not the numbers 3 and 4. And are they implying that Wimpy weighs like over 4 tons? He must be really fat. In fact, if someone weighed that much, I don't think they would be able to walk around. Now, I would let you know that I weigh only 125. I don't need a diet. If you can't see your feet, there's no way your weight is 125. I may have overreacted with the tons, but that seems more possible than your life. Okay, so it was an exaggeration, but still. Well, I'm not at that point, but I promise you that I could. Great determination, and I'm liking your point out of character phase. Well, there's no point of us talking any longer. We're over your hospital. If you can get to your target weight, prove me wrong, and the next time we meet, it'll be a worthwhile. Oh yeah, pay the frickin' bill when you frickin' get it. No more this Tuesday crap. Great. How do I get out of here? Looky, a free hamburger. Wimpy looked in the direction Mario pointed, and in an instant he was pushing off the wing. He was pushed off the wing. Don't worry, fat one. This'll wake you up, Mario yelled. Ah! Wimpy screamed as he was about to crash. Then he rose up in an instant from the hospital. Then he heard a quiet but loud noise from outside. he heard a quiet but loud noise. Contradicting much? He looked out his window and saw an airplane pass by. Okay, it would have made more sense if it was written like this. Then he heard a quiet or a gradually loud noise go by that became quieter or something like that. Don't say he heard a quiet but loud noise because that doesn't make any sense. Viva Las Vegas, baby. Wahoo! What could have been, Mario yelled. That was weird, Wimpy sighed. Why, hello there, sleepyhead. Welcome to Olive's shitty hospital, Olive greeted. Wait, so you own a restaurant and a hospital? Wimpy asked. Sure did. Now here's your bill for the stay and the surgery. Unless you're going to pay Tuesday, Olive asked. No, madam, I will pay now, Wimpy said, giving her $2,000. Sorry, I must be in the wrong room. You never give me my money, Olive said in shock. Well, ever since Mario gave me a second chance, I am a changed man. Okay, why is the E in ever capitalized? It shouldn't be capitalized. If the sentence begins with well, and after the word well there's a comma, the E in ever should be lowercase, not capitalized. Sure, I'll believe that. Olive paused in confusion. Wimpy has survived his near-death and near-death experience. Have it just say Wimpy has survived his near-death experience. And he promised that he'll be a changed man. But how long will this change phase be? And will the story get weird as it goes along? You bet your sweet patootie it will. R&R, please. Okay, that's the end of Chapter 1. Let's take a look at Chapter 2. Okay, Wimpy's diet. A/N. What a way to start the new year. And what better way than to see someone's, Wimpy, resolution after a near-death experience. Most resolutions break by now. Will Wimpy's last longer than a month? Read and find out. Chapter 2, Wimpy's first improvement. Days after the incident, well, Mr. Wimpy, you're able to leave the hospital as of today. I'm still impressed that you paid me the first day, Olive said, leading Wimpy to the door. But it was the kind of thing I must do after you saved my life, Wimpy said. Oh no, I only brought you in. Popeye and Bluto did the surgery, she replied. I thought they were supposed to be sailors, not surgeons. Flashback. So you're expecting two sailors with zero experience of medical research to perform a surgery? Popeye asked. Well, at least I pointed out that logic there. I don't see why not. If you excuse me, I have to go to the next room because the patient has a serious case of the common cold, she replied. Oh my, that is serious. I think you should go there right now, Bluto said in the worst acting possible. But Olive, Popeye protested, it should say protested. Can sucker. She's giving us a lot of money for this, Bluto whispered. Don't worry, Popeye, I'll be beak. 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 What the fuck does that mean? Don't you mean I'll be back? Jesus freaking Christ. What the? Ahem. This is why you proofread your work. This is why you look over your work. Because if you don't, you have stupid mistakes like this, and when your readers read your stupid mistakes, they go, what? And they laugh at you for your stupid mistakes. So read over your work and fix it. In fact, Pickman, whatever your name is, if you're watching this review right now, I suggest that you go into your fanfiction.net account, dig up this story, and fix the mistakes I pointed out. Most people should do that when they watch my reviews and if I'm reviewing their stories. Unfortunately, most of them don't. Some of them bitch at me for having the nerve to critique. Well, guess what? I'm a critic for a reason. And yes, I may be harsh, but I'm trying to help here. And when you're having words like I'll be beak instead of I'll be back in a story, it just comes across as really stupid. Let's continue. I'll be back to finish the surgery before you know it, Olive said, leaving. Wait a minute, since when do you have to perform surgery on someone who has a common cold? Oh, I'm sorry, my bad. Let's do that again. I'll be back to finish the surgery before you know it, Olive said, leaving. Okay now, how do we do this, Popeye asked. Out of the way, Runt. What's so hard about getting rid of fat, Bluto asked. Geez, I can't believe you were the one to ask that, Popeye said to himself. You had any ideas? Don't you mean you have, seeing had is past tense? Groans. Okay, what's with this? Don't do that, don't do that, don't do that, don't do that, don't do that. That just looks bad and sloppy and clunky. Clunky. It's simple. All you do is go to his backside, turn him face down, pull his trousers down, and reach. Bluto yelled as he forced his arm through Wimpy's bottom. The visual I am getting this very moment, you do not want to know. Popeye was shocked by Bluto's actions. He simply fainted. Well, false alarm, boys. It was only stage 4, 5. It's in Roman numerals. I'll just say stage 4 cancer. Holy crap, Bluto. What are you doing? Olive asked, panicking. Getting fat from the guy's ass. What else? I don't think I'm doing this right, he responded. Well, of course you're not doing it right. You have to flip him face up, not down. And you're missing gloves. After Bluto grabbed some gloves and flipped Wimpy face up, he tried again. Now that's more like it. Reality. You may not poop for a while, but eat healthy and you'll be all right with that, Olive noted. I'm so glad to hear that story, Wimpy said in sarcasm. Okay, then stay out of trouble, she said as she pushed Wimpy out of the hospital doors and falling down the stairs. After that, and 2 weeks later, just say 2 weeks later, you do not need after that in there. Wimpy was finally able to walk again and go outside from his house, and the first thing he did is go to the restaurant that nearly killed him. Welcome to Olive shit, Wimpy. What are you doing here? You know you shouldn't have anything doing with meat for the moment, Olive cried. I reassure that I'm healthy as I can be. Besides, he started, it's not your health I'm worried about. It's the pay you never give me. If I don't get paid immediately on your next order, I'll be shut down, she cried. As I was saying, I wasn't looking for a hamburger, he continued. Gasp. Okay, they did it again. Ugh. Wimpy's not ordering a hamburger? Olive yelled in surprise. Wimpy's not ordering a hamburger? Popeye did the same. Wimpy's not ordering a hamburger? Bluto as well. Poppy. Wimpy's not ordering a hamburger? Wait a minute. Why is this all of a sudden in script format? People, do not switch formats. You can't just have the story go from like a normal story to script format in the middle of the story. Not to mention the script format is really bad looking. Let's continue. Pappy, Wimpy's not ordering a hamburger? Some random guy. Wimpy's not ordering a hamburger? Betty Boop. Wimpy's not ordering a hamburger? Bugs Bunny. Wimpy's not ordering a hamburger? Mickey Mouse. Wimpy's not ordering a hamburger? SpongeBob. Wimpy's not ordering a hamburger? Ah! Chowder and Flapjack. Wimpy's not ordering a hamburger? Fox News. In other news, Wimpy is not, I repeat, not ordering a hamburger. Master Chief. Wimpy's not ordering a hamburger? Every type of Mega Man. Wimpy's not ordering a hamburger? Samus. Wimpy's not ordering a hamburger? Link. Wimpy's not ordering a hamburger? Okay, this is getting very redundant. Luigi. Wimpy's not ordering a hamburger? Mario, so the fact I followed my advice, back to the restaurant. Okay, that was stupid. And now it's back to normal formatting again. Oh, whatever. You know, that worked better on TV, Olive said to herself. Gee, you think? So what do you want if you don't want a hamburger? I'm thinking about the finest vegetables you have, which Wimpy ordered. Gasp, Wimpy's ordering vegetables? Oh God, not again. Wimpy's ordering vegetables, Popeye repeated. Repeats from above. Well, at least they didn't do everything before. Although it's still kind of sloppy to have to say repeats from above, but I didn't really want to have to read all that again. As I was saying before, I was so rudely interrupted again. I like some vegetables, which he started again. Suddenly, Popeye came through the doors Wimpy finished. The doors before Wimpy finished. What's this about hamburgers and vegetables, he asked. Well, it turns out that Wimpy here really wants vegetable. Don't you mean vegetables with an S? Olive replied as Wimpy just sighed. Well, Wimpy, I recommend you eat some of the spinach with no heat straight from the can, Popeye said. I prefer to eat something Wimpy said before Popeye shoved the whole can down his throat. Popeye, don't choke him. If the Heath Inspector... The Heath Inspector? Don't you mean Health Inspector? You're missing an L in the word health. Finds another incident here. You spelled incident wrong. It's supposed to have an I in there, not an E. They're gonna kill me. Yeah, the health inspector, I think they would get in trouble if they killed people for having unsanitary stuff in their restaurant. Olive cried, but Olive, aren't you their sole... Don't you mean the... What? Why is there an R in the word the? It should... Whatever. Health inspector here? Popeye asked. That's Olive the shitty health inspector to you, mister. She said after an unnoticeable change of clothes. Oh my God. Popeye rolled his eye in response. So I guess he's a Cyclops now, and you spelled response wrong. So how do you feel about going through another accident in the shitty restaurant, Olive asked. You're the health inspector, not the news reporter, Popeye cried. This wasn't accident, Miss Health Reporter, Wimpy said. This wasn't accident? Don't you mean this wasn't a accident? It's not, but a metal can was shoved down your non-existing throat. Get it? 'Cause you're fat, she continued. Yeah, it was, but once you ignore the 50 layers of poison lead, the spinach tasted so good. It got me all energized all of a sudden, like I have a need to break something, Wimpy announced, and took a bar stool and ripped it into molecules. See, anybody can get fit as long as you eat raw spinach daily, Popeye said. Fat chance. I'm stuffed now. I couldn't eat another bite, Wimpy said. If that's the case, then your total comes to $25.69. Like $25.69. Olive noticed after changing back to her waitress outfit. But that was from a can I bought for $2.99, Papa, I yelled. I don't mind. I'll just pay this and be on my way, Wimpy planned. He planned? What did he plan? Whatever. Gasped. Wimpy is paying immediately? Olive asked. Wimpy is paying immediately? Popeye repeated. Oh God, not again. Wimpy is paying immediately? As did Bluto barging in. And then the commotion repeated itself again, leaving Wimpy, leaving the money on the table and ran. Don't you mean run? A/N, a very random chapter indeed. Let's hope more randomness within a shorter time than a year later. And thanks for the reviews. Oh, wait a minute. This story's incomplete. Ugh. You know, people, I have said this before. I'll say it again. Please do not request stories to me that are incomplete. And yes, this was a requested story. I can't think of who requested it at the time, but it was a requested story. So I will say this again. Please, please, please request completed stories. Well, I don't know, maybe, well, this person must be really slow at updating because this was published in 2008 and it was last updated in 2010. So, I don't know, maybe they're just really slow with updating, but still. Even though this story hasn't been touched in a while, please don't request stories that are incomplete. Unless it's quite clear that the author who wrote the story has no intention of completing it ever again. Okay, let's talk about this story. It was, interesting, to put it that way. It was very, interesting. I don't think it's a story that's supposed to be, taken seriously, to be honest with you. In fact, it wouldn't surprise me if this was a troll fic in a sense. Well, no, maybe not a troll fic. Maybe more of like a crack fic. I don't know. It just didn't make any sense. I mean, the characters were obviously out of character, but the author even said that they were out of character. The whole plot line was just weird, and then having Mario show up, and then having all these other random characters show up, like from video games, and like Mickey Mouse and Bugs Bunny. It was just bizarre. It was a very bizarre story. It wasn't like a horrible story, though. I mean, obviously it had some spelling and grammar issues, but it wasn't like horrible. It was just weird. It was just weird. And jumping back and forth into script format was not fun. In fact, don't do that, please. Well, I'm the fanfic critic. I read it, you listen. I'm in the mood for spinach. You know, I really gotta learn to film these reviews at night. Fade to black.